is everyone? Where's the rest of my chairs? We want to welcome everyone back to SIGCSE 2020.
Is it okay?
It is okay.
We good?
Everything is safe.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. No more COVID. Sort of.
But what about the werewolves?
Werewolves are gone.
Vampires.
All gone. Staked in the hearts. It's safe to come back.
Are you sure?
Safe to come back to
How did it
Portland.
happen?
Did it happen?
Yes.
Oh, it's really safe.
Oh,
It's all safe.
everything's okay?
Everything is okay.
Okay. Hang on. Breathe.
Yes.
Breathe. Everyone. And out.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to SIGCSE Coffee Break, the show about everything going on at the SIGCSE Technical Symposium 2024. Welcome to Portland, Oregon. Welcome one more time. Take a look at the show floor. We are back.
Yes.
Finally.
Here on the road scene, finally.
Portland.
In Portland.
Yeah,
In person. Yeah, the joke that we got was, hey, if we make it 7 more hours, we're already more successful than 2020.
Yes.
I don't know if this is funny or not yet. I will keep thinking about that. But we are back. How are y'all?
So happy to be back in Portland.
Make sure
so
you get-
excited the conference was going. Yeah, it's great.
It feels good to be back. Feels a little weird to be back. The sign out front was a little surreal, but it's good.
Good. Alvaro, are you apparently dressed for the occasion?
I am dressed for the occasion.
Okay.
Yes, I am. I didn't really get to show this off much
Oh, that's right.
the last time.
That's
so
right.
I wanted to make sure to
So
bring it
you
this time.
clarify that you just don't, you don't travel with a purple fake line. What is this?
This is not my attire, my regular, everyday wear. No, it's not.
It's not?
You're not,
It should be.
It should be.
you're not the king of SIGCSE?
No. Well, if there is a king, then we're missing the queen.
I'm sorry. I left my crown at home.
I thought we did ask if there were vampires. Are you? Hello, you are Count SIGCSE. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, it is fantastic to be back here in Exhibit Hall E. As you can see, everyone is enjoying the break, enjoying everything that's going on. I hope that you got a chance to see the plenary. That was, wow. We're going to come back and talk about the plenary in a few minutes, but I have to make sure that we go back and double check the rejected logos, because we were coming back to Portland, and I went and talked to Ben and Jeff, and I'm like, hey, we've got ideas. We've done Portland before, so we had some ideas. One of these, SIGCSE 2024 COVID-2 Electric Boogaloo. I thought this was a pretty good one. That was a pretty good one.
It was good.
Hey, it's okay. You made it. Oh, John is here. The fifth of the chairs from 2020. We were just discussing the rejected logos. COVID-2. I thought this one was pretty good.
It was good.
Pretty good. There was this one, dressing for the occasion. I'm looking out there. Doesn't look like anyone took this particular advice. I'm the whether you got a mask on or not. Then there's also, hey, please let us come back. We promise we won't trigger another global pandemic this time. Not our fault. Not our fault, we promise. But then, let's try again.
Yes.
Let's try again. If you would like one of the bootleg logos, we have stickers up here at the booth. And come up after the show. I feel like I'm the professor saying, hey, your tests are graded, come get them. I feel like it could be like a rush. But we got plenty of stickers if you would like to have one of the bootleg, unofficial SIGCSE 2024. So for those of you who don't know, I'll have to get a little closer to the camera. This is the logo that we were going to use in 2020. Right there. And we marked off the 4, but the 0 put in a 4. The funny thing is that when I went and had these printed, the company sent it back with 2024 thinking this was an edit. And I had to say, no, I'm sorry, that's the joke. So anyway, we are so happy to welcome everyone in the hybrid track. You got to see a fantastic that plenary was something else. I mean, I was here setting up. Y'all were in the room. What all Please, what all did y'all see? What was cool about it?
It was great. Key lessons about taking back for your teaching. Very inspiring to take back. Hilarious. Definitely watch if you didn't get a chance earlier.
Yeah. I found there were a lot of good things to think about to include your students in the classroom. Think about what they're going through.
I mean, this is going to be silly, but I think this is the first SIGCSE keynote that left the stage. Yeah. You know, when he started coming down, I'm like, whoa, this guy lectures. This guy knows what he's doing. So that was a lot of fun. It was very exciting. For the folks that are joining us on the hybrid track, we're going to talk more about how hybrid is going to work at the 3 o'clock break. But we need to make sure you know what all is going on right now. So I'll look to my chairs. If you would like to hang out for the rest of the show, you're welcome to do so. If you don't want to be on camera, that's totally fine too. Completely up to you. I don't want to force people to be online. Also,
Do people know who we are? I am curious. Do they think we just walked off the street?
Okay.
It's been years since.
Yeah, I have less hair. So, you make a very good point. We spent all this time thinking about a cold open for the show, and I forgot to say, my name is Mark Sherriff. I'm one of the chairs from SIGCSE 2020, and these are the rest of the chairs from 2020. Please, John.
I'm Jen Zhang, also a co-symposium chair with Mark Sherriff for 2020.
And I'm PM Cutter. I was one of the program co-chairs of 2020.
And I'm Alvaro Monge. I was a program co-chair for SIGCSE 2020.
And Sarah Heckman, the last program chair for 2020.
You'd think that with all of the online stuff we all do now, I would remember to do things like that, especially since I have a script in front of me. I guess I'm out of practice. Let's talk about what's going on here this day. By the way, if you are joining online, thank you very much for joining us for this show. We hope that we have some stuff to kind of keep you entertained and going until the next session. We are watching Whova Chat, so if you have a question, if you have anything that you want us to talk about, if you have anything you want to know, please just post in Whova Chat, and we will take a look at it and kind of go from there. I know that the YouTube chat is up. I don't have that up on the screen just right now, but if you want to log into Whova, we'd love to talk to you about it. So, everyone left. Okay, that's totally fine. So, right after this break, right after the SIGCSE Coffee Show break, we are going to have a panel on remaking CS departments for Generation CS. One thing that the hybrid chairs have done this year is when they were planning the full program that the hybrid folks have could participate in, they focused on things that really, you could read a paper later. I know we all say we read the papers later, but you could read those papers later. So focusing on things about what are some things that are really about being here at SIGCSE that are hard to replicate at home, and those panel discussions are one of them. So stick around for that panel discussion. You also get a direct line into the keynote that is at the lunchtime for the first timers lunch. The rest of us don't get to see this because we don't have a ticket to go to the first timers lunch unless we're a first timer. So make sure to go and see this presentation from Chris Stevenson. She, researcher at Google, retired recently, but the winner of the Lifetime Service Award for CS Education, Tales from the Trenches. Please, please, please go take a look at that. At 1:45 p.m., a panel on increasing participation of Black women in CS education research. Incredibly important stuff going on there. Highly recommend you attend that panel as well. Come back here at 3 o'clock. We'll be talking with the hybrid chairs and talking about other ways to get involved, not only with SIGCSE online, but also SIGCSE through the next few days. We'll finish off at 3:45 with a panel on interviewing the teaching faculty hiring process. And could my co-hosts come back, please? I need people to talk to. Well, I'm kind of curious. So I want to ask about the hiring process, because it seems like everyone is hiring or a lot of places are hiring. I mean, you come from a department/school that has, I think, 120 teaching faculty.
It's getting up there, yes.
So can you speak on, like, how do y'all do this? Maybe I should ask Nate Dubinsky to come up and talk, but how do y'all manage this?
And Nate Dubinsky is going to be talking about that process.
I'm just being helpful.
A large committee. There are faculty at each of the campuses that lead the efforts locally. So the Corey College of Computer Sciences is in several states and also in Vancouver, Canada. So depending on the needs of the campus, there is a team. There's one person that leads the search locally, but we are at the same time inviting others throughout what we call the network to provide input so that there's consistency, right, on the process itself, on the input that we get. So it's a lot of work, but it is distributed, so that makes it, right,
A little bit easier.
Yeah, easier.
Cool. And from a small school, like from Kalamazoo,
Yeah.
what's it like, trying to go through the hiring process with y'all?
So it's a little bit harder at the small schools. We don't get as many applications, but we have usually just a department. Depends on if it's a tenure track position. We'll have people from other divisions come in and help us. If it's a visiting position, it's just our department. This year we got 7 applications for our visiting position.
For a visiting position, that's actually pretty high.
Yeah, so seven applications.
Yeah.
And it's tough because we're competing against all the bigger schools. Where to go? The bigger schools.
Yeah, no kidding.
And who wants to come to Michigan? You saw the talk this morning. The roads are deteriorating. It's like, oh, come on, he's picking on Michigan. It's not that bad. It's beautiful in the summer.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're hiring at UVA also. I mean, probably many of you that are here or watching at home, you probably have seen many of these job postings. With the growth of computer science all around the country or all around the world, trying to fill some of these slots is tough.
Yep.
I've noticed in particular that we're hiring a lot of ML and AI folk. What do you? Is it similar?
We are. And we also have a significant need for software engineering.
Oh.
So, I think there's a lot of candidates that are out there that fill that AI and ML, but we are still also looking for other more traditional areas.
Yeah.
So some of our campuses have a need for software engineering, actually.
I want to say, yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Yep. And at the small schools, we teach the full curriculum. So we need somebody who can, maybe specialize in ML or AI or systems, but they also need to be able to teach intro courses. So sort of the jack of all trades kind of thing.
I do have to completely change topic because I noticed you're wearing the bicycle necklace. Do you want to tell the story about what those are? Do you remember? Okay, so quick story was just before. So in 2019, 2019 we were in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we were in Minneapolis for the 50th SIGCSE. And when we asked Portland, when we were getting ready for 2020, send us some tchotchkes, send us some swag we can give out. They gave us a whole bunch of these bicycle keychain things, and we got so many of them, and people didn't want them. We all made necklaces. Why not? So there you go.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Something for the folks that are here on site that I want to be able to share with you is this. If you are here on site and you want to participate in the crossword puzzle hunt that's being done by our friends over at the Puzzle Hunt booth, I'm pointing this way, and the people, it's off to stage right. At home, this is like, you're pointing at my trash can icon in the upper corner, I understand. But if you are interested in participating in the crossword puzzle hunt, there is the QR code right there. If you scan that, you're going to get a crossword puzzle clue, and there is something that you can pick up, the actual crossword puzzle itself. You can pick it up at the booth, and if you need to come back later, I will have the QR code right here, so you can come back and see it again if you want to scan that. So for the folks at home, if you are interested in participating, you can scan that QR code, get your first clue, and you can email the puzzle team, the social chairs, and they might even send you a copy, and you can work on it at home if you like. It is admittedly going to be a little bit tougher at home because you won't be able to see all the QR codes, but they have them on websites and can help you out with that. All right. I think one thing I wanted to talk about during this time was just how things have changed with SIGCSE since 2020. So I am going to ask Alvaro and Sarah to come back from the steering committee. I know, put your cape back on. You took off your headset.
I did take off my headset, but I'll come speak here.
All right, so you got to speak into the mic.
Into the mic.
So here's my question. So in 2020, when everything
Went poof.
when everything 2020'd, we've seen some changes in SIGCSE, both in organization and in the way we run the conferences since then. Into 21, which is, I'm wearing the 21 shirt, which was fully virtual. We had partial virtual in the others, and now we're here. And so from y'all's perspective at the steering committee, how do y'all think things have changed for just how we run things, how we manage things?
So a lot of it, we're looking at the virtual elements of the conference, and we're trying to figure out.
Right up on the mic.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what's the right balance for virtual and or hybrid and in person for the conference, especially now that the organization has 6 conferences, including a specific virtual conference, which is very exciting. But the main challenge with the technical symposium is growth. We had a record number of submissions of papers this year, and we don't have enough reviewers. And so we really want to encourage that we have people review. If you submit, you should review. That should be just part of the community and what we want to foster as a member of the SIGCSE community.
Not to put you too much on the spot, but I'm going to put you on the spot. So we've seen in TOAST, the Transactions on Computing Education, the journal, starting to think about a way of making it equitable to say, if you submit, you must review. Is this something you think that the conferences might go to? Is it something we should be thinking about?
So we want to try to encourage everyone who submits at least one author on that paper is reviewing for the conference. We aren't going to necessarily enforce it yet, but it is something that we are looking at. We saw that with the authors that submitted to the conference, I think only like less than 20% of those authors actually reviewed for the conference itself.
Whoa.
And that's not a sustainable model
No, not
for
at
the
all.
conference. And so we really want to build this idea that if you submit, you need to be reviewing. Each paper needs at least 3 reviews plus a meta review. If you are reviewing for the technical symposium, you're reviewing 3 papers. There you go. You submit a paper, you review for 3 papers. And it's a really nice balanced model.
Great. And I don't know what I'm doing this year that my co-hosts keep leaving the stage.
Mark.
It's me. I know. I'm the one in the mask. Everyone's going to stay away from me. So that's fine. One thing I've certainly noticed as far as the way we run the conferences, thankfully we're still with the same event planners, DL Plan, who are fantastic.
DL Plan is amazing.
Yes, we can always say thanks and wonderful things about DL Plan. But we've seen some changes in sponsorship, and we absolutely are so thankful for all of our sponsors, and you're going to hear from some of our sponsors in this show later on this week, because hey, one of the fun things about being on site is going to the booths and seeing folks and seeing, hey, what's Microsoft up to, what's GitHub up to. We're going to talk to those folks, and we'll have some of that for you here on the show later this week. I can't like shove the swag through the camera, unfortunately. That's beyond my ability. Actually, check your mail. No, don't do that.
Check your email.
Check your
Sponsors
email.
are sending out emails. Take a look at what they're offering. They're so important to our organization running.
It is.
And to this conference actually being what it is. Our sponsors, we're so grateful to them. So please make sure you go check out their booths. You go to their supporter sessions, and you really engage with our sponsors and supporters.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's weird being back.
It's great being back.
It is weird and great being back. We can't thank the 2024 organizers enough for how kind and gracious they were for letting us do the show again this year. We want to thank our sponsors one more time for helping support us, particularly during those tough times through 2020 and 2021. We're about as back as we can be, and it's fantastic.
And so a couple additional small plugs. We need volunteers across the board, not just at the reviewing level, but also at the organizational level for the technical symposium. There will be a call going out at some point in the next few months for leadership positions in the technical symposium. We are also looking for future leaders that are symposium and program chairs. And I can tell you as a former program chair, and Mark can probably tell you as a former symposium chair, it is a ton of fun. It's a lot of work, but it is a ton of fun. And the communities and partnerships you build with the people you work with are amazing. So I encourage you to consider moving into leadership with the Technical Symposium. We are a volunteer organization.
Come back. Because we're saying that,
Like-
hey,
We had fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
being a conference chair, being a program chair is definitely work. But I promise you, the odds of of you having a global pandemic during your conference relatively low. But
We know what to do now.
I think we're the
We know
first.
what to do.
we know what
If
to
it
do.
happens again.
But you know, the friendships that we made through the process of being chairs and working on the program and working with the exhibitors. If you are at all interested in being involved in the leadership of the conference, you know, reach out to one of us. We can get you in. Reach out to her. I mean, we don't point you at her to make sure that you get your name into the pot. So I just wanted to say thank you all for agreeing to my silly skit and for, you know, being back, because the five of us actually haven't been back together in 4 years.
Yes.
And so, you know, piecemeal here and there, obviously in Toronto and Providence, but this is the first time all five of us have been in the same room in 4 years. So it's fantastic to see you all. For those of you watching at home, we are so excited to have you joining us virtually. We are going to make sure that you have a great time and you have as much of the SIGCSE experience as possible. Thank you for joining us here on the Coffee Break Show. We'll be back at 3 o'clock. Thank you so much again to the 2024 organizers. Thanks to the Oregon Convention Center and, of course, DL Plan. Thanks to IH Sandenser for our theme song, Embrace the New Day. And thanks to you for watching. Take
And the
care.
conference.
Take care. Be safe. We'll see you next time. Bye.